Welcome, welcome, welcome. And we are going to talk about the FPL Mystery Chip that has been revealed, the Assistant Manager Chip. We are going to go through it. We're going to see all the points, all about it, and then we're going to really just take a deep dive into what we think, as well as what we think is who we think would be the best managers, when we think the best time to play it. So just look at it and sort of have it more of a trip strategy type of a video. So without further ado, let's get into it. All right, guys. Now I'm gonna tell you the truth. I was out there minding my business. I was getting ready for my Arsenal game, and boom, there goes the Assistant Manager Chip revealed. I'm excited from what I know, and I'm really, really happy. Now, you guys might have seen some other videos, so I want to try and make this a bit different. Just give you more of a background of like, okay, cool, this is what it is. And once we know what it is, how we use it, then we can start to really discuss, okay, cool. Based on this is the best time we think we can actually use it. So let's get into this. All right, now let's really get into this together. Okay, cool. So let's first talk about the points. All right, so of course the mystery chip has been revealed, and it's basically called the Assistant Manager Chip. Right now, you basically pick a assistant manager, and this will be like picking a player. Okay, this will be like picking a player once you activate the chip. Once you activate the chip, it is activated for 3 game weeks. Within those 3 game weeks, you cannot activate another chip. So you can't have the Assistant Manager Chip active and a triple captain or bench boost or anything. For those 3 game weeks, you're only going to have that chip active, right? Now, bear in mind, if you have 3 Liverpool players, you can't pick slots, because picking the actual manager is going to be part of that count of you are not allowed to have more than 3 players. Okay, so in that time, you need to sort of make sure that you only have 2 of whatever team players you want that manager from. So if you're looking to pick slot, you need to make sure you only have double Liverpool, and your triple up will be on the actual manager. So you can't have triple Arsenal and pick the assistant manager as Arteta. You can't have triple Man City and have the assistant manager as thing. You have to have 2 of Man City and have Pep. You have to have 2 of Liverpool, and then you can have on a slot. You can't have 3 Liverpool players and on a slot. Cool. That is it. Lavi, come on, bud. I'm trying to help the folks out here. This is big, my man. This is big. Lavi! Sorry. I'm sorry. All right? I'm sorry. Okay? Cool. Now we know that. The points. All right? It's right in front of us, okay? You earn 6 points for every win, 3 points for a draw, and of course, a bonus point for a goal. I think that's simple, guys. I think it's very simple. It's basically double. So double points, if usually when you win 3 points in the league, it's actual football, so you get 6 points. When it's a draw, basically you get 3 points, half of that. You can't half 3 anyway, so it would have been 1. So now they make it half of that, so which is half of 6 points is 3. Cool. Then a bonus point for the goal. Okay. That's if you win. Okay, so that's the points done. But now there's also extra points, right? And bonus points, right? So there's that basic point system of, if you win, your manager wins, he gets 6 points. If he draws, he gets 3 points, and then he gets extra bonus points however many goals he scores. What's the extra bonus table points? Okay, now they bag extra bonus points with the table bonus of 10 points for a win and 5 points for a draw. If the team they're playing is 5 positions above them. So, for example, I don't have the table in front of me, but put it to you like this. Tottenham, right? We know Tottenham is some points below. Say Tottenham go and beat go and beat Liverpool, right? And say Tottenham is down at like number 6 and Liverpool's like 6 places above them, and Tottenham beats Liverpool, then and you picked Postecoglou as a manager, then Postecoglou would win 10 points instead of 6 points, so you get those extra 4 points, right? If he drew that game, he would be getting 5 points instead of 3 points. So it's somewhat sort of like trying to tell us like, okay, you should be picking the best managers to sort of pick if you want to gain more points is managers who are like somewhat the underdogs. Okay, I think that's very obvious. Nothing really to try and figure out. And I'm trying to put this in plain simple and also explain to you guys to keep this thing simple. So I'm not like just speeding through, oh, you get 10 points of this. No, cool. We got that, right? So the underdogs, quite frankly, if you go for an underdog, you're most likely to get better picks, okay? Now, they gave us examples of this, which is what I really love, okay? So let's go through the examples as well. Let's go through the examples. I hope you guys are with me here, okay? So Areola. Now, we remember Areola played Arsenal, he played Aston Villa, and he played Man City, right? Now, remember, the chip is active for 3 game weeks. 3 game weeks, okay? So in that time span, he played Aston Villa, he played Man City, and he played Arsenal. And it was a remarkable time for him. One which, in fact, none of us even freaking predicted. And that's what they're trying to go for. They're trying to go for like, I feel like it's luck. I feel like it's freaking luck, bro. I mean, how do you freaking predict Areola winning firstly against Arsenal and then Man City? And you know, Aston Villa is just another freak one. Do you understand? But he got the highest points in that time span. So let's look at that, okay? He clearly wasn't far off from Arsenal and Liverpool and Man City as well. But he got 6 points for winning the game. For drawing the game against Aston Villa, he got 3 points. Cool. We remember that. Now, the table bonus win / draw points. Oh, okay. Cool. So I was wrong. All right. This is what we're here for. I was wrong. This is what we're here for. So he actually gets those win points. But instead of him getting just 6 points or having 10 points if he wins because they're 5 points to get, you actually get a bonus point of the 10. So it's not just 10 points because they're 5 points above. It's not just 6 points because they're less than 5. You actually get the 6 points for them winning and you get a bonus 10 points. So that's actually big. That is actually big. So if they were not 5 points, if Arsenal was not more than 5 places above Bournemouth at that time, then he only would have got those 6 points. He wouldn't have got the 10 points of the bonus 10 points. He wouldn't have, in Aston Villa, he wouldn't have got the extra 5 points. He only would have got those 3 points for drawing. Wow, that's a biggie. That is a biggie. Feel free to drop comments in the comment section. I see 4 viewers. I'm very happy to have you guys. We're going through this basically, and we're trying to just break it down easy for you guys, so that it's understandable. I'm not gonna go through this, flying through this like I understand it, and just like breaking it down for you guys. I've already gone through this, but I just want to make sure I go through this for you guys, with you guys, and make sure you know it. Cool. So I think that's really great. I think it's going to be also very hard to actually see which is the best manager to go for. But cool, goals. In that time, Areola scored 2 goals for Bournemouth. Close Aston Villa, he only had 1, and then cool. So it's basically like a goal a freaking point, man. That's fine. Clean sheet, amazing. He got 2. He got 2 points there. He didn't get a clean sheet, and then he didn't get clean sheet in Man City. Cool, fine. So a clean sheet, you get 2 points. Simple. And then the total up. All right. Now, that is Areola. That is the best case scenario, because you're looking to sort of, this is what you're aiming for with this chip. You're aiming for this freak scenario. Let's go for a normal scenario, which I think is the actual direction a lot of managers are going to go in. And this is an example table that they gave us of on a slot. I think a lot of us are going to try and go safe and be like, and bear in mind that Areola was 47 points, bro. 47 points off of that game week. Let me just go back, because basically, if you activated the chip right in game week 8, you would have walked away with just that player on top. You would have, with just that assistant manager on top, you would have walked away with an extra 20 points. Yo, bro, ain't no player scoring 20 points for you. Ain't no player scoring 20 points for you. On game week 9, you would have scored 9, and game week 10, you would have scored 18. That's some Haaland Salah stuff, bro. That's some Haaland Salah stuff. So let's see what it would be like if we went with the safe. And I feel like that is a great example that they gave us. They gave us an Areola in that freak time, and they're giving us an Arne slot. So this would be the safe type of route, right? If you went for a traditional freaking great manager who's got a very consistent team, cool. So game week 1, 2, 3, Arne slot's got, of course, clean sheets. Liverpool's defense is so great, honestly. It's almost easy to predict clean sheets. They got clean sheets in this time, and of course they were above all of these teams, so they wouldn't get those bonus points and the amount of goals scored as well as clean sheets. Cool. So when they won, they got 6 points in all these games. That means, like I said, they didn't get those extra 10 bonus points. So those extra table bonus points are extra, literally extra. The goals they scored, 2 goals and 3 goals in the Man United goal. So they're getting basically a bonus point per each goal. So you want to go for high scoring teams. I got the question because I didn't see in the explanation of this whether or not you get those goal points if the team loses. I think that's a good question. So I think essentially let's just, of course, try and go for the winning team. Duh. For the extra points. Clean sheets, very important. Remember, it's extra more points as well. Two points per clean sheet. All right. And then let's look at the points. Not as much as Areola. You get 10 points in Areola's game week 8 when he beat Arsenal 2-0. Remember, this is Arne Slot beating Ipswich 2-0, or any other team 2-0, basically, right? Like Brentford. He gets 10 points. But when Areola, who was 5 places below Arsenal, beat them 2-0, he got double those points. That's 20 points. That's 10 more. So I think we really have to be very strategic about how we're going to use this. Whoa. Man, that's tough. Brentford 2-0, of course, 10 points. And then Man United, 11 points. Now, that's 31 points versus Areola's 47 points in those 3 game week run when, let's say, you activated that chip in that time. Bear in mind, the chip can only be active from game week 24. So anytime from game week 24, you can play the chip. For those who are joining us right now, you can only play 1 chip in that time. So if you activate it, let's say you activated it game week 24, between 24, 5, and 26, you cannot activate any other chip. You cannot activate the triple captain along with it or anything like that. And again, reiterating this for those who have joined us, you cannot also have a 4th player from the team. So for example, you cannot have 3 Liverpool assets and a Arne slot. You cannot have 3 Arsenal assets and a assistant manager as Mikel Arteta. Mikel Arteta, the assistant manager, has to be the triple up on that team. So bear in mind with that when it comes to your transfers and building up towards when your chip strategy is to play that assistant manager chip. Cool. So let's take a look at currently the most points scored for the FPL managers in 2024-2025, right? Now, this table that they gave us is ranked based on who scored the highest in the most 3-game week run, right? Now, like I said, Areola's at the top. In his 3-game week run, he scored 47 points, which is on the far right of your screen. That's the point set. That's what it's ranked on, right? The far right, 47 points, okay? Underneath that, we got Eddie Howe with 39, we got O'Neill, 35, and it goes on and on and on, okay? Now, interesting to see Arteta there is 5th. And I say this because, of course, like I'm saying, these are the safe picks. Guardiola's all at the way at the bottom. You're essentially looking for the manager who would have that score. not the total point score. The total point score doesn't even matter. I guess they just showed it here just, for the sake of the fact of creating a table, because in all essence, essentially the real score we're looking for is that one right at the end of that damn table, which is the best 3 game week score, because that's the only score you're going to get. You ain't going to get no racked up total points. And again, that's what this table is. That's what this table's thingy by. So now let's talk about who we think would be the best picks, right? Again, the chip seems to be designed towards who we think is the underdog, right? Who would be the underdog? Ariel, of course. I think right now, and again, guys, we have to be looking more at the fixture ticker during this time, but I'm not going to do that. I wanted to just, sort of run through things with you guys, right? But definitely look at the fixture during that time you want to play this chip, and then look at they rank and see, and their fixtures, and looking at the fixture ticker and looking at it and being like, do I think in these 3 game weeks, say for example, you want to go for Ruud van Nistelrooy, which is again why I cut, this table is actually cut. Ruud van Nistelrooy in his total has got 71 points. Bear in mind, this guy's only had about how many points? How many game weeks? I think he's only had 2 game weeks. I think he's only had 2-3 game weeks that he's actually been the manager. And here's one of the rules. So if you get fired, right? So say example, you pick the Wolves manager, right? O'Neil, and he gets fired, then you will still get the points for Wolves and how they perform in those 3 game weeks of the assistant manager. So you don't have to worry that, oh my gosh, my assistant manager got fired and I picked an underdog and it's useless, my points are not going to count. No, you will get those points. That's the rules. So yeah, I guess going for the underdog, I think they still keep us safe like that. But Ruud van Nistelrooy just came in and he's got 71 points. That's a lot of points for a manager that just came in. And I think that's what you're sort of also kind of maybe looking for. Maybe a new manager bounce for one of those small teams, It clearly shows. I wish they gave us the table of Ruud van Nistelrooy's points, because I think we would be able to see then, wow, Leicester beat this team, Leicester beat that team, and this is how many points Ruud van Nistelrooy got from it, along with the clean sheets, along with the goals scored, and the bonus points as well. So maybe a new manager bounce actually is the type of manager that we're actually looking for. I think that's also kind of tough, because it's like, hey, bro, you know how it is, man. These guys fighting relegation, and it seems like West Ham, it seems like Wolves are going to get a new manager. I feel like West Ham is a great team, have great players. I feel like they have a great squad. I feel like if the manager comes in and, yeah, man, I feel like he decides and he can turn things around. That's who I actually think, that's actually a good pick. These guys are low down. They're going to be playing guys above them, like maybe a Brentford, maybe even a Bournemouth. Teams I think they can actually take on. Then I think a new West Ham manager is the manager to pick, because I feel like the team players, the players are there. It's just them basically performing. Maybe a Man United as well. They're low down in the table. If Ruben Amorim's players can turn things around, bro, and they got like a very good fixture run of some teams above them, bro, I know some teams above them are pretty tough. And I say that because I would say a Fulham, like who I believe are above them. I'd say even I'm not sure Brentford are above them. I know Man United is like 13th, round about there. But, mid-table teams, quite frankly, if I believe those teams are going to be able to turn things, I think Man United can win against those teams, then yeah, man. I think, yeah, bro. So I think it's sort of like going for like a Ruben Almiron and sort of staying away from like the top 6 guys. I think that's something that could definitely work out for you and actually get the high points. So now we've got an understanding of like, cool, which type of managers would be the best. It's your mid-table, lower mid-table, close to the bottom, great squad team, and it's a new manager because you're expecting a new bounce. I think that's the optimal manager to go for with this assistant manager chip. That's me. That's my opinion. Now, timing. I think timing is based on fixtures. When is the best time? I think timing is based on fixtures. I say based on fixtures, but you have to take into consideration when you're going to play your other chips. So, for example, this is a great time to mention the double game week. So, Liverpool and Everton, the double game week might be moved. Credit to Ben Krillin out here. Shout out to him. You should follow him on Blue Sky, Twitter, or anything if you don't already. He's like a guru when it comes to predicting when the actual double game weeks are going to be placed. So he thinks double game week will be placed no less than actually game week 25. So either game week 25, game week 33, and I think game week 24, yeah. So game week 24, game week 25, and game week 33. Those are the times he's predicting because of the actual broadcasting and actual space to actually play those fixtures for both Everton and Liverpool. So let me just take the case of Liverpool. In that time, Liverpool could play in a double game week, of course, Everton, along with either, depending on which game week they actually play, they could play either a Bournemouth, they could play either a Wolves, and they could play either a Leicester, which would be in a game week 35. I think Wolves is game week 25 and Bournemouth is game week 24. So that's more the safe pick. Now, if you're going for a Daesh, say he's not fired by them, and Everton are doing good, but they're still low down in the bottom. I don't know which team you go for. I don't know which teams they're actually playing, because I actually didn't see that or memorize that. But yeah, I think, that then goes to the underdog side. You could get more points and stuff like that. Chip strategy. So remember, again, iterating this for those who probably joined us, you can't play this chip along with other chips. This chip is active for 3 game weeks. So for 3 game weeks, if you're planning to play, you need to look at where you're going to plan your triple captain. If you're going to play your triple captain in that time where Liverpool has those double game weeks, you cannot plan to have your assistant manager that time or your bench boost that time. It has to be after or before. I think this makes it so damn difficult because now you got 4 chips. I played my triple captain with Haaland in game week 2, if you don't know, and I scored big, and that was great. And I'll be honest with you, I wasn't thinking about this assistant manager chip. And now I would clearly have 3 chips because I also played my bench boost in the very next game week, right? And I'm starting to think now, having played that triple captain might have been a blessing in disguise. And the reason why I'm saying that is not necessarily the triple captain, but having played even just a chip or 2, because now for those people who've held on to their chips, yo guys got a triple captain to play, a assistant manager chip to play, a bench boost to play, and a wild card, of course, because we get a wild card once we hit that halfway threshold. You got 4 chips to play in that half of the season, which is amazing. That could give you the best rank gain in all honesty. It really, really can, and maybe higher than my rank right now. But I think that's a lot of chip strategy to actually go through. A lot of strategizing to go through. I think for me right now, I'm not gonna lie to you, I say it's a blessing in disguise because now I can look at it and go like, cool, I got a wild card, which I feel like is easy. It's just I feel like the wild card will help prepare me towards that actual road and that I'm trying to pave in terms of play this chip there, play that chip there, and then I got a free hit. That's my other chip that I got. So I know in maybe like a blank game which we still expecting to have, I will play my free hit, and then again I just look for the underdog coach who has maybe a new team, like I said, a new West Ham team or whatever. I just pick that guy and I'm good, bro. Bob's my uncle, Bob is my uncle. So yeah, you guys let me know what you think in the comment section below. I'd be very interested to hear your thoughts of what you think of this chip. What do you guys, is there a different chip that you were kind of hoping for, When do you guys think is the best time to play this chip? Who the managers you would rather go for? A underdog manager or a safe bet? Yeah, I want to know. I want to know. Thank you so much for tuning in. That is the mystery chip revealed. It is the Assistant Manager Chip. I will check you guys in my team selection tomorrow with FPL, with my strategy for the remainder of the actual season. If you need some more extra content, then it will be over here in the actual recording. But yeah, I'll see you guys. Most important thing, if you're here, please guys, like the content. If you've been liking the content, I'm on the road to 500 subscribers. Please subscribe. I'm here doing 4 to 5 videos every week. 3 to 4 videos every week for you guys. You can see the amazing rank. Please give me a subscribe, and of course a like will go a long way for the channel. I truly appreciate it. Check out some more content I have for you guys right over here every week. Amazing. I'll see you guys in the next video tomorrow. Peace.